The men who get used, disrespected, and underestimated in public are almost always the most open ones. Every time you step into public, you're being evaluated, not by your words, but by your control, your reactions, your restraint, your silence. Most men believe respect comes from being open, friendly, and honest. That belief is why they are ignored, exploited, and quietly dismissed. Machiavelli warned us centuries ago, power is rarely taken by force. It is surrendered through behavior. In this video, we expose 9 public behaviors that drain your authority without you noticing, and how to stop leaking power the moment you enter a room. The moment you step outside your door, the game has already begun. Not because you chose to play, but because everyone else did. Public space is not neutral. It never was. Every street, office, cafe, gathering, or digital room is an arena where power is measured quietly and constantly. No rules announced, no warnings given. Judgments are made anyway. Who holds control? Who leaks emotion? Who reacts? Who watches? Who speaks too much? Who reveals too early? Most people think power is something you do. In reality, power is something others sense before you act. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He observed that men are judged more by appearance than truth, not out of malice, but efficiency. People scan, they assess, they rank, and they do it without thinking. The common mistake is assuming public life is casual, that being yourself will be met with fairness. It won't. Public life meets you with measurement. Every interaction answers silent questions. Are you composed under pressure? Are you emotionally readable? Do you seek approval? Do you explain yourself? Do you react? Or do you decide? These answers shape how others treat you long before anything is earned or lost. This is why some people command respect effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly. It isn't intelligence, it isn't morality, it's control of presence. Visibility without control is not confidence, it's exposure. In private, openness can build intimacy. In public, it creates vulnerability. Those who reveal too much are not seen as authentic, they are seen as readable. Those who explain constantly are not seen as kind, they are seen as unsure. Those who react instantly are not seen as passionate, they are seen as predictable. Predictability is the enemy of power. Most people lose status before they speak. Their posture asks for permission. Their tone seeks agreement. Their expressions negotiate on their behalf. This is why restraint, timing, and appearance matter. Not as deception, but as survival in environments where perception decides outcomes faster than truth ever can. In the arena, silence is not emptiness. It is control waiting to move. Those who hold frame, who do not rush to explain, justify, perform, or react, force others to adjust. They slow the tempo. They become the reference point. And the reference point always holds power. Public life rewards containment, not confession. Composure, not catharsis. Presence, not performance. Once you understand that public life is an arena, the real danger becomes clear. It's not what you do loudly, it's what you leak quietly. Modern culture celebrates transparency as if it were courage. Be authentic. Say how you feel. Explain yourself. Share your truth. In private life, that can build closeness. In public life, it quietly dismantles leverage. Machiavelli wouldn't call this immoral, he'd call it dangerous, because once you are fully known, you are fully manageable. An open book is easy to read. What is easy to read is easy to anticipate. What is easy to anticipate is easy to control. The mistake is confusing honesty with exposure. Honesty is alignment between word and action. Exposure is giving away information without necessity. One builds trust in chosen circles. The other erodes power everywhere else. Public transparency doesn't signal integrity. It signals accessibility. When you explain your emotions in real time, you teach people how to affect you. When you narrate your inner conflicts, you reveal where pressure works. When you justify every decision, you advertise insecurity disguised as politeness. People don't always exploit this consciously, but they respond to it instinctively. Respect shifts, boundaries soften, authority leaks. Modern language calls it being real. Power calls it being readable. Authenticity was never meant to be public confession. True authenticity is coherence, living your values without announcing them. It is lived, not performed. The public sphere doesn't reward those who show everything. It rewards those who reveal selectively. Mystery is not deception. It is defense. Withholding is not lying. It's timing. Not every thought deserves daylight. Not every emotion deserves an audience. Not every struggle needs witnesses. The moment people can fully map you, they stop imagining you. And imagination is where authority grows. Think about the figures who command attention. They rarely explain themselves. Their silence creates gravity. Their restraint forces others to fill the gaps, with admiration, with fear, but always with attention. Oversharing reverses that dynamic. It puts you in the position of asking to be understood, and the one asking never holds the higher ground. Information is a currency. Spend it carelessly, and you become poor in leverage, because the paradox is simple. The less you reveal, the more people project, and projection is influence. And once you start leaking thoughts, emotions, and intentions, the next mistake happens automatically. You begin talking before you act. There is a subtle mistake that feels like progress, but functions like sabotage. It's the habit of announcing who you're about to become before you've done the work to become it. Modern culture rewards declarations. I'm starting a business. I'm getting disciplined. I'm changing my life. The moment you say these things out loud, something dangerous happens. You receive the reward before the result. Your mind doesn't distinguish between progress and being seen as progressing. Recognition releases the same satisfaction as completion. Momentum fades. Comfort replaces urgency. Machiavelli understood this instinctively. Power is never declared in advance. It is revealed only after it is secured. Announcing plans does more than satisfy ego. It invites interference. Some will sabotage you. Others will doubt you. Most will watch quietly, waiting for proof or failure. That pressure distorts execution. Silence preserves energy. When no one knows what you're building, nothing pulls on it. No opinions, no expectations, no comparison, just work. There is a reason the most dangerous figures move quietly. They appear ordinary until they are suddenly undeniable. Public announcements turn goals into performances. You begin optimizing for applause instead of outcomes. Does this look impressive? Replaces, does this work? That shift is fatal. Machiavelli warned that revealing intentions hands others the map to your destination. Once direction is known, resistance forms. Envy, doubt, distraction, competition. But when direction is concealed, imagination takes over. People fill silence with assumptions, and assumptions are almost always larger than reality. Mystery multiplies perceived power. Confidence is quiet. Broadcasting is insecurity dressed as ambition. The disciplined understand timing. They don't narrate the process. They let results speak. A lion does not announce the hunt. The roar comes after the kill, not before. Announcing prematurely is asking for permission. It's seeking validation from an audience with no stake in your success. Silence keeps the relationship internal. Between you and the work, between effort and reward, disappear. Return transformed. No explanations, no updates, just results. Power respects economy of speech. If your plan is real, it doesn't need witnesses. If your identity is solid, It doesn't need announcement. Move in silence, because speech doesn't just betray plans, it betrays emotional position. And nowhere is that more dangerous than when you complain. Nothing collapses authority faster than uncontrolled emotion in public. Complaining and anger feel human. They feel honest. They feel justified. But in the silent hierarchy of public life, they translate into something else entirely: loss of command. When you complain publicly, you announce that something outside of you is in control. You are no longer the actor. You are the affected. I'm tired. This isn't fair. They did this to me. Each statement may be true. Truth doesn't matter here. Status is not measured by accuracy. It's measured by composure. Machiavelli observed that people are instinctively drawn to strength and instinctively repelled by misery, not because they are cruel, but because misery signals instability, and instability is never trusted with responsibility, leadership, or influence. Complaining doesn't invite support, it invites distance. People may nod, they may offer sympathy, but internally, they downgrade you. They register you as someone who leaks pressure instead of containing it. Anger is even more revealing. An outburst shows the room exactly where your buttons are. It exposes how easily your nervous system can be hijacked. Raised voices, sharp reactions, visible frustration. These are not signs of power. They are evidence of access. Anyone who can trigger you can control you. Machiavelli warned that a ruler should be feared but never despised, and nothing breeds contempt faster than emotional volatility. The one who explodes loses credibility instantly. They are no longer dangerous, they are predictable. Silence, by contrast, creates unease. When you don't react as expected, people begin to self-correct. They hesitate, they second-guess. The absence of reaction becomes pressure. This is why calm individuals dominate chaotic environments, not by force, but by restraint. Contained emotion signals capacity. It says, this situation is smaller than me. This doesn't mean suppressing emotion until it erupts later. It means choosing where emotion is expressed. Public is not the place for release. Public is the place for posture. Your struggles deserve attention, but not from the crowd. Your anger deserves processing, but not in the arena. Powerful individuals distribute emotional weight carefully. They unload it privately, where it cannot be used against them. The Italians called this sprezzatura, effort made invisible, pressure carried lightly, difficulty worn calmly. When asked how things are going, the composed response is brief, not explanation, not confession. Under control, moving. These responses don't deny reality. They deny exposure because exposure is expensive. The moment emotional chaos appears, the room stops listening to what you're saying and starts watching how you're breaking. And once emotion leaks, another instinct takes over. The urge to apologize, explain, and justify yourself. That instinct leads directly to the next mistake. The strategic individual listens more than they speak. They allow others to empty themselves while remaining sealed. Information flows inward, never outward. This asymmetry creates gravity. People feel it. They sense being observed without being exposed. And unsettled people yield ground. The same rule applies to trauma dumping and shadow exposure. Yes, darkness must be faced. Yes, flaws must be confronted. But this work is done in solitude, discipline, and private counsel, not under public lights. Order is not performed, it is maintained. Protection is not deception, it is responsibility. The moment you stop explaining yourself, stop venting to the crowd, stop reacting for approval, stop trading vulnerability as currency, something closes. The noise fades. The probing stops. The testing ends. There are no handles left to pull, and when the handles disappear, manipulation dies. Some people drift away, not because you changed, but because access was revoked. Others grow cautious. A few grow curious. Silence does that. And in that silence you are finally left alone with the only territory that was ever yours to govern, your own mind. That is where power stops leaking, and where it begins. There is a quiet behavior that hands away authority faster than anger or complaint. It doesn't look dangerous, it looks polite, over-apologizing. Modern society trains people to apologize preemptively, for speaking, for disagreeing, for existing. Sorry to bother you. Sorry, but I think, sorry if this sounds rude. Each unnecessary apology sends the same signal. I am beneath you. An apology is not neutral. It is a declaration of fault. Used carelessly, it rewrites your position in the hierarchy. It tells the room that your presence requires permission. Machiavelli understood that leaders must appear composed and self-contained, not flawless, but grounded. When you apologize for things that are not mistakes, you present yourself as unsure, unstable, and easily pressured. This is how the leash is attached. Validation seeking completes the loop, fishing for agreement, scanning faces for approval, softening statements to avoid friction, explaining beliefs to be liked rather than lived. All of it communicates dependence. The moment you seek validation, you transfer authority to the audience. You become the performer. They become the judges. And judges rarely respect those auditioning for their favor. High-status individuals don't demand agreement. They state reality as they see it and let others adjust. Notice the difference. Sorry, I'm late. Thank you for waiting. One asks forgiveness. The other acknowledges time without surrendering position. Sorry to disagree. I see it differently. One shrinks. The other stands. The shift is subtle and decisive. Validation seeking also hides inside over-explaining, justifying choices, defending preferences, announcing philosophy without being asked. The more you explain, the more you invite judgment. Machiavelli warned against publicly declaring virtue. The moment you announce your code, I'm always honest. I never do this. I believe in that. The world waits for your failure. And when it comes, they don't correct you. They humiliate you. Real authority doesn't preach. It demonstrates. Those who live their principles quietly force others to observe, not debate. Behavior becomes the argument. This is why rulers embodied order instead of explaining it. Results spoke. Words followed, if they followed at all. Apologies, validation seeking, and preaching share the same root, fear of rejection. But rejection is not the danger. Dependency is. The person who stands without applause becomes immovable. The person who needs approval can be steered by anyone willing to offer it. Remove the leash. Apologies appear only when harm is real. Explanations appear only when clarity is necessary. Beliefs appear only when action demands them. Dignity is not arrogance. It is economy. Economy of words. Economy of emotion. Economy of explanation. And even with silence, restraint, and presence mastered, there is one final mistake that can still destroy everything. The final leak of power is also the most misunderstood. Modern culture praises vulnerability. It encourages public confession, wounds, fears, trauma, performed under lights. It calls this courage. Machiavelli would call it exposure. There is a distinction most people never learn. Healing requires honesty. Power requires discretion. The world is not a therapy room. It is a hierarchy. When you reveal your deepest insecurities in public, you are not building trust. You are distributing blueprints. You show where fear lives, where pressure works, where leverage can be applied. People don't forget this information. They store it. Today they nod with empathy. Tomorrow they remember. A sovereign individual does not deny weakness. They integrate it privately. Wounds are treated in silence until they become scars. And scars, once healed, can be shown as proof, not as access. Public vulnerability collapses mystery, and mystery is protection. This is why gossip is lethal. When you gossip, you signal two things at once: that you cannot be trusted with information, and that you are small enough to feed on others instead of building yourself. Machiavelli warned that despised men are never powerful, and nothing creates quiet contempt faster than someone who spreads stories about others. Even agreement doesn't save you. The listener files one thought immediately: if they talk about others to me, they will talk about me to others. Gossip is not bonding, it is leakage.